Peace and blessings, y'all. How you doing? This is your boy Gerald. It is the 3rd of November, 2013. Where is this year gone? Has it not? Has it not? Just flown by. Look at all the experiences that you have embraced, or have had to navigate through. Look at all the connections and interactions of the people that have revolved around your life. Look at where you are now. For those who do not know me, my name is Gerald Davis. I'm a life coach and aspiring psychologist. My greatest decision I've ever done in my life is to embrace my spiritual walk, which was October 2011. It was then I embraced my Lord Jesus Christ and put Him first. But as you know, He is one of many names. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out to not only look at my videos, but gain insight from what is being conveyed. All messages come from Spirit. I'm not a minister. However, I do have a strong faith and very strong discernment. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. And I feel that, like everyone, we need to talk about it. Everybody needs to sit down at the table and chop it up sometimes. So this morning, I woke up this morning, I had to take care of Tyson. He's laying down right now. But I decided I want to put a video out today on how you know that you truly have the right people in your life. So I wanted to put a video out on how you know you have a friend. You know, that's a word that we tend to throw around so loosely. But then when situations come up and things are brought into spotlight, you know, we are forced to deal with the remnants or the aftermath of those interactions with the people that are in our lives. Now, I'm a firm believer of this. People come into your life solely to help you grow. Now, that growth may manifest through challenges. It may manifest through events and situations that will change the way you think, that will redefine your perceptions. Because isn't life based off of perceptions? But what validates that is the faith, your discernment. That is what is going to foster the harmony that you feel when you go out into the world and conduct your business. It is you that comes back to where you rest your head. It is you that process everything that has transpired in that day. You see, no one can see, or shall I say feel, what you possess within your heart. No one has the luxury of looking or seeing that beautiful person in their raw form that looks in the mirror. Yes, even in the morning when you're getting the crust out your eyes and your breath's like, but that is you. That is you. So you've got to treat your life like a precious stone. One of the most precious stones ever discovered is the diamond. So you must treat your life as such. Because you got to understand, before the diamond ever was able to be lustered and refract what is looked in, it has to be transformed. Its first progression started as a piece of coal that was dirty. unformed. But through time, through pressure, the rough edges were broken off. There was a period that had to be washed and cultivated so that beautiful light that was in that diamond can be seen to the world. That's what separates us. That's what separates us all. It's what is inside. You see, you gotta understand something, y'all. There's a lot of people that they know they're diamonds. They do. But because they don't see their worth, or they allow themselves to allow their fears or their blocks from growing, they're actually no different than the cubic zirconias that are easily accessible. That's why they're cheap. So you can't make that mistake. You cannot do that. Treasure your life. Treasure your walk. Trust in your higher power. If you do those things, y'all, I'm telling y'all, you will start to have clarity. I mean, think about it. Remember the time when you had that epiphany in your life where you said, why am I here? Or even worse, why am I going through these challenges? See, you gotta understand something, y'all. I want y'all to understand something. Your higher power, my Lord Jesus Christ, excuse me, He loves you so much. First of all, He's not going to place you in something that you cannot be triumphant over. But there is a requirement. There's a requirement. You know, think about it this way. You know, I've come to learn that, let me turn this down for y'all. Anything that is worth value, there's a sacrifice that must be paid. See, that is what truly defines the rarity of it. And that is your life. Haven't you noticed that anything that you treasure, if you look at how you obtained it, you realize there were some sacrifices to have it. So that's the reason why you protect it, because you see its worth. Now, I'm not saying in the retrospect of materialism, because anything with man's hands automatically comes with an expiration date. It does. But things that were eternally given to you also has a price. But you set that template. Do you not see it now? Do you not understand why there are certain things that you will not do? You will not condone, because your spirit says, hey, I deserve better. I don't need this. This is not good for me. And I'm okay with that. That's your validation. So, not to be winded, let's talk about friendships. How do you know that you truly have a friend? Well, right off the top, a true friend, they see your worth. They see your value in who you are. Now, it is not based off of the physical. The connection is spiritual. That's why you have that bond. And through time, it should evolve. So that's one way. Another way is a friend will never judge you, even when you're wrong. The reason why is they love you. They love you internally. They do. And they want what's best for you. They will never tear you down. So if you have someone that is not doing that, then you have to look at the association. What is it that it connects you guys together? Because a friend should help you grow. Another way that you know that you truly have a friend is the fact that because they love who you are, they can envision who you're going to become. They see you in the future. When you communicate, you talk in the future. Another reason you know that you have a friend is the fact that they serve as a second voice. They are the voice of reason for you. So when you have challenges, uncertainties, you automatically think of them. No matter what it is, you go to them because you know that they will tell you the truth. And when I say they're going to tell you the truth, they're not telling you, they're not going to do that because they have an alternative motive or a hidden agenda. Another way that you know that you have a friend is the fact that when you express your goals and aspirations, they always have an input that will help support it. No matter how crazy it may seem, they're your aspirations. Now that goes back to what I said previously. They're going to be your voice of reason. They're going to help you think. Why? Because they want you to grow. Another way that you know that you have a friend, a true friend, they will be willing to give you their last. It's being selfless, not selfish. It's unconditional. You know, we live in a society now that there's so much ego and pride and distractions put out there, you know, all over the media and TV, any way you can communicate it. There are systematic distractions placed there to keep you from focusing on yourself. They do that because if you knew how special you were, if you really knew, not only would they lose time, they would lose money. You could not be swayed. And that is why it's important to discern. You have to do that, y'all. You have to do that. No one can do that but you, because it's your spirit, it is your heart. Now to get back to how you know you really have a friend. when you're going through your challenges, or you may have made a decision that was not in your best interest, that may have even been in a position of exploitation, your friend, they'll be there to help you pick up the pieces, even if it means from a emotional standpoint. If they see that you're going through something, they're not going to grandstand. Why? Why would they do that? So that goes back to what I said earlier. They are your silent cheerleader. And that is reciprocal. Excuse me. That's the beautiful thing about how love works. See, when you love yourself, you're already open to change. You're already open to that. Now, so your friends should be a byproduct of your environment, right? Because it's like-minded. They think just like you do. Now, in reverse, I'll say this. I'll throw this disclaimer out. If your friends are doing some things that you do not condone, you got to understand something. We're talking like-mindedness. They would not be in your life unless there was a duality or a commonality of the attraction. So there's probably something in those aspects that you possess. So that's why it's important for you to go within yourself. Go within yourself. Okay? But that's why it's important that you love yourself. How do you know that you have a friend? Because you got to understand something, y'all. As you embrace your self-worth and value and see how truly you are blessed, how special your life is. See, the more and more you embrace that, the more and more closer that you will discover your purpose. Because you'll have clarity. Yes, you're going to go through periods of where you're going to cry your ass off. Excuse my French. You're going to have things be revealed, and you're going to be like, how could I have been so foolish? I want you to smile. You smile. Because guess what? For those people that auditioned for that role, all they did was show you what they lacked and what you don't need. And maybe that was a lesson that joined you two together. Now, another way that you know that you have a friend. They know you. You're saying, Gerald, what do you mean they know you? They know when you're bull, when you BSing them. Because, see, they can see right through you. So, when you turn around and take a... See, that's why it's important that you be yourself. Be yourself. Because that's the process of being real. You know how they say real recognizes real? Because, see, as you already know, in this world, there are millions of imitations. Just like them cubic zirconias. But when you embrace who you are, you can smile. You have an endless supply of love of self. Because you've already embraced your spiritual self and you don't have any fear. And guess what? You know, your friends, they should be doing the same thing. So be grateful. Treasure your friendships. But also, let me tell you something. If those friendships did not have investment, you must question why they're in your life. Yes. What does it all mean? What is the purpose of you being in their lives and they in yours? That is why it's very, very important to speak your truth. Speak it. Do not allow your fears to govern your life. Do not. Please do not do that. If it don't feel right, because it ain't right, speak it. And guess what will happen? You will foster change. They will either give the same energy back, and that will be healed, or on the steps of being healed through time, or it must. The ties must be broken. Which basically, as you know, is a soul tie. You don't need soul ties. Soul ties is nothing but people that only want to rob you of your time. They don't want to put anything into you. They want to take away. They just, that's that crabs in the barrel mentality. You better than that. I know my subscribers is. My subscribers ain't going for that. But, with that being said, this does not give you the position to take the victim card. My queens, yes, I'm talking to you. I really love my queens because you guys are beautiful in your own right. And my kings are strong because you value and respect yourself. So, first and foremost, I'm going to throw this out here too. I know somebody right now, I'm feeling this in my spirit right now. Somebody has a significant bond with someone, but because of your pride or misunderstanding, you allowed your ego to divide you and that person. Let me tell you something. That person is tied to your life. And I know a lot of y'all know this. There are certain people that are going to be tied to your destiny and your legacies because they're there. I'm going to hold that right there. I want to throw this out here real quick. Let me tell you something, y'all. If you haven't realized this, God is going to give you certain gifts in your life. And when they are released in His time for you to have, it is a somber, humbling understanding that you will come to understand or embrace. And sometimes we overlook what is being revealed. And here's the reason why I'm going there, y'all. There's a reason why I'm going there. See, do you realize what the greatest gift ever given by God is life? We do understand that. But you know what else is my mouth is not moving as fast as my spirit is. One of the greatest gifts that you'll ever embrace in your life is to have the ability to watch someone grow. Do you feel me? Look back in your life. Look back. This is when you need to be honest with yourself. Look back at some of those people that you remember when you first met them, and you have watched these people evolve. Now I could throw the contents of this. You may have also seen them devolve. And you don't understand, well, what's going on? For those connections, both positive and negative, you are responsible for one thing: speaking your truth, but the other is to pray for them. Because let me tell you something, y'all. Not to be winded, you might not realize this, but someone is praying for you right now. Well, I pray for you guys all the time because you're connected to me. You're an extension of me, and I'm an extension to you. But the people that truly love you, do you feel me? The people that love you, this is another way that you know that they are your friend. The connection does not have a signature attached with time. The emotion that you feel when you're in the midst of this person, even if it's by hearing their voice, it is treasured. And depending on how long you guys have been bonded, because that is what you're doing, if you're in a situation right now where there's a block of a difference of opinion, and because pride and ego has both been positions that you've taken, you're actually looking at the challenge or lesson that has to be learned. Because once you learn that lesson, the healing can begin. Yes. You have to be honest with yourself and ask this: how much of that person's value are they attached to you? Can you see life with them not in it? See, a lot of times we as people, and I'm guilty of it because I didn't know myself, but I love myself now. See, the worst thing that you can do is take a position of pride and ego and say, I don't need this person in my life. Now, there's a difference significantly. I mean, if you attach this to this person because it was a physical sense, well, first of all, that is a soul tie, and it wasn't blessed. Can it change? Yes, it can. But it will not manifest until both of you, in God's time, has touched your spirits to change it. Because then you see the value of that connection. There's another way that you know that you have a friend. A true friend does want you to be happy, even if they're not with you. Yes. See, that's where you gotta check that control. See, no. Let me tell you something. My kings, my queens. When you decide to get real with yourself, to authenticate yourself, you will start to understand that we do not have control of how our lives play out. Our job is to navigate through it. The spiritual influence does. Your higher power does that for you. He does not need your help. So that's why when if you decide to cut corners, do things you ain't supposed to be doing, exploit yourself, or downright disrespect yourself, That's where challenges come from. Those are the results of those actions. And they finally found its way back to source. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Love yourself more. Even if that means you got to hold space, be still, reflect, forgive yourself, change. Lastly, how you know that you have a friend, which is priceless. They know that because they're praying for you, and they are, sooner or later you're going to see your worth, and the person that they fell in love with will return new. But if you take a position, if you think one, let me tell you something, because that's how ego do. If you think that you are the one, you are the reason why, you're the attractor. But if you think for 1 second that you have the power of controlling who has access to you, you're sadly mistaken. You are. Now higher power does, or, well, you know the devil's work is never done. He's the ultimate opportunist, and he will use anything to keep you at bay. Especially when you're changing. He will throw a landmine strategically placed to knock you off your spiritual center so that you do not see you. Don't do that. If your environment does not build you up, and remember this, y'all, if it wasn't priceless, it wouldn't be hard. It's hard because it has value. And that value is the requirement, what makes you you. So yes, there are some people that do not have the right, and I don't say this egotistically, but let me make this clear. Please don't get it twisted. There are some people that you are supposed to sidestep at all costs, that do not have the right to even hear your voice. That's where your discernment comes into play. So, first and foremost, if you've got someone in your life that values who you are, that wants to uplift you, that will always be a voice of reason, and they love you because you're loving yourself, give thanks to your higher power. He placed him in your life for a reason. You do understand that, y'all. Nothing just happens by chance. I know society wants to turn around and say, hey, it's blind, it's fate, yeah, you know, it's coincidental. And they try to mix up synchronicity and serendipity for their own agenda. Let me tell you something. God don't need your help. He don't. Our whole purpose as spiritual beings. That's why the Bible is written the way it is. And that's why when you read the Lord's Prayer, they name him as what? He's a shepherd, right? He's a protector, right? We're the sheep, right? Now let me break it down a little more. When you turn around and don't trust your higher power, haven't you realized that everything that you desire always doesn't turn out the way you want it to? It's actually a damn near hell. It's a hell. It's a nightmare. You're like, what the hell? How did I, not to ramble. The worst thing that you want to do, but it's part of your development, is this. What you don't want to do is fall into the position when you're looking back at your life and you see all the people that you allowed in your life, and you're like, this person didn't even deserve the time of day, but yet I allowed this person access to something that was privileged. Your time, your resources, and lastly, hopefully not, your body. But if that has happened, we've all been there. Do not beat yourself up. Don't. Learn from it. Okay? I know there's somebody right now going through some trials and tribulations about let me tell you something. This is for you. God knows what you need. It is time that you submit and humble yourself. Call upon Him. Oh, He cannot help you unless you decide to be sincere. Because you got to remember, He knows what you're going to do before you did it. Because He knew that before you took your first breath. Don't get it twisted. But if you want to change your life, you want to change your environment, and mainly, you may have to make the decision of severing ties, unhealthy ties. First of all, you pray on that. You pray on those people that have hurt you. Forgive them. Forgive them. You have to do that if you want the healing to begin. Because you got to remember, you're human. So you are born to make mistakes. But also in the same breath, whenever you decide to call upon Him, when you are giving thanks for the things that you have done with your own merits, your hands, give thanks to those people that are also supporting you. And I'm going to tell you something. This is how you know, lastly, and I'm going to wrap this up because I'm getting ready to break 40. This is how you know you have a friend. Because that's the most precious connections you're going to ever have in your life. It is validated spiritually. You say, well, what do you mean, Gerald? When you look at your life, if that person is constantly sprinkled with it, it's there because they're growing with you, and they see your worth, and they love you, and you love them. But you must allow God to direct your steps. You must let Him. And when you decide to do so, you can let go of the ego, you can let go of the pride, you can embrace your heart, and you'll have harmony in return. Because you wasn't brought on this planet to suffer. Okay? I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. God loves you. So if you're hearing things, especially the last 6 months, and they're coming by way of a synchronistic way, God is also using people, even in passing, to convey messages to get to you. I know somebody's hairs are standing up right now. Yes, this message is for you. So, if this message can help someone that you may know that may need a little encouragement, by all means, you know, guys, what you do. Put it out there. I don't care. God is using me to reach you so you can reach those. Because God is love. And don't you deserve it? So lastly, treasure your friendships, y'all. Treasure them. You're going to need them. You're going to need them. And they need you. Because your life is precious. Just like that diamond. That diamond. So y'all, I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. I know daylight savings time was last night, so somebody should be getting some good sleep. I know I did. But more importantly, as you navigate your week, look back at where you've been. Take in what you've learned. Be optimistic on what's to come. And if you allow God to direct your steps, not only will you not have any fear, you will have peace of mind. And isn't that what you all want? I know that's what I want. Because God is the ultimate provider. You guys have a blessed day, y'all. As I always say, God is praying for you. You know I am. May your week be protected, safe, and by all means, loved. Stay blessed, y'all. Have a good week. Bye.